Hello everyone, you're welcome back to Science Arena Academy. In my today's episode of the video, I'm going to be explaining to you, I'm going to be sharing my knowledge on number of images formed when two mirrors are placed at an angle to each other. As we have a request from students that we should try to upload videos on convincing topics. One of the major convincing topics that students find difficult is because they don't find this thing in school altogether is image formation by mirrors altogether and also lenses. So in this episode we are going to be taking them one after the other. In my previous episode we take a look at reflection of light wave. We will take a look at plane mirror, the image formation by what? Plane mirror. So today I'm going to be taking a look at if these plane mirrors are now arranged at an angle to each other altogether, what is the number of images that will be formed by this plane mirror? Thank you. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also click on the like button to like my video. Share the video with your friends so that they can also enjoy this series. Anything that you don't understand, drop a comment for me in the comment box section. Thank you. Now, the first thing I'm going to be talking about today is what? We need that normally a plane mirror can only be used to produce what kind of image? It can be used to produce a virtual and what laterally inverted image altogether. But if this plane mirror are placed at an angle to each other, let me assume that we have one plane mirror here. This is one plane mirror, and this is another plane mirror. Now, and a body that is standing in between, an object that is standing between two plane mirrors altogether that are placed at an angle of 90 degrees to each other sees different images of itself altogether. It sees multiple images because this mirror is going to produce an image, while this mirror is also going to produce what? An image. Now, how do we now calculate the number of images that is formed? Today I'm going to be sharing with you 8 questions that I've picked out, that I selected out from your Jamb past question. Now, which I knew that what? All these questions are always what? Repetition. Most of questions under this topic are repetition. So I've brought to you different questions, 8 different questions that is likely to occur in your what? Next Jamb that we have to write in the months now altogether. Now, how do we calculate this if I have this? Oh yeah. How do we calculate the number of images that will be formed? Now, number of images that is formed by any object that are placed, that when two mirrors are placed at an angle to each other. Let me say this angle here is angle theta. So theta can represent any angle. So the number of image n will be equals to 360 divided by theta, the angle in which they are being placed, minus 1. So we can use this to calculate for the what? Number of images that is formed when two plane mirrors are placed at an angle to each other. Another thing I noticed that what questions are always asked when it concerns this topic is rotation of the mirror. Assume we have one single mirror that is here altogether. This is a single plane mirror. Now, normally this plane mirror has the normal, it has the incident ray. Let me assume that the incident ray is inclined at an angle of theta altogether like that. Now, this is my reflected ray. This is my reflected ray. Now, the question I want to ask in this is that what? If this mirror is being rotated at an angle in a clockwise manner, we rotate the mirror at an angle in a clockwise manner such that I have what? The mirror over here. I rotate it in a clockwise manner such that I'll be having this like this. Now, what will be my new reflection? Because the incident position still remain the same. The only thing that will change is that whenever you rotate a mirror, the only thing that's going to change in that mirror is the angle of reflection altogether, but the angle of incidence still remain the same. The incident position remain the same, but the reflection will change so that it will meet up with the incident. But the reflection will change at what angle? Take note. If a mirror is rotated at an angle of theta, then the reflected ray will be rotated at an angle of 2 theta. The reflected ray will be rotated at an angle of what? 2 theta. Now, you see, these two things are quite important. Now, I'm now going to show you how to understand questions that are set under them. How do we know the question that is fall under this? Don't forget that this one is used to calculate for the number of images that is formed when two mirrors are placed. While we use use this angle of reflection to be equal to what? 2 times angle of rotation. If here is the angle of rotation, so 2 times angle of rotation will give rise to angle of reflection. Now let's come to the questions I just selected today. Join with this, it makes it to what 10 question. Let me select what? Let me just move directly to the question. Thank you very much. Now, question 1. Question 1, they said an object is positioned between 2 plane mirrors, inclined at right angles to each other. Now, this is 2 plane mirrors that are inclined at right angle. When I say right angle, simply means the angle of inclination is 90 degrees. So it is inclined at an angle of at right angle to each other. Thank you very much. They said the object is 1 unit distance from each mirror. 1 unit distance. What does that mean? Simply means, don't let them confuse you with just number. 1 unit distance means the distance from here to here is 1 unit, and from here to here is 1 unit. That's what I mean by what? 1 unit distance. It's just for confusion. You don't need it. Altogether. Now, the question is, the number of images that is formed is what? Please, this one is just to confuse you. The number of images formed, we can easily calculate by saying n is equals to what? 360 divided by the angle of rotation, the angle is 90 degrees minus 1. So if I can calculate this is going to give me 4. 4 minus 1, number of images formed will be equal to 3. That is my question 1. Option A we have 2, option B, so option A we have 1, option B we have 2, option C we have 3, option D we have 4, and option E we have 5. So you might have been seeing all these questions in Jamb and you are able to solve them. I think this is the right time for you to understand what is there. Number 2, we said a man standing between 2 parallel mirrors. Altogether, a man that is standing between 2 parallel mirrors. Okay, a man standing between 2 parallel mirrors in a barber shop. We see the following number of his own images. Now, these questions have been repeated many times in Jamb. Now, take a look at what they are trying to say. Assuming I have, they said a man that is standing between 2 parallel mirrors. This is one. There is some between what? Mirrors are, here they didn't give us any angle. They just said the mirrors are parallel to each other. So a man standing, this is the man position here. I can put the man as normal objects here. Altogether. Now a man standing between 2 parallel mirrors sees, in a barber shop, we see the following number of his own image. Now, if a man is placed between 2 parallel mirrors, how many images will form? Don't forget that we have to calculate the number of images. But in this case here, these 2 mirrors are not inclined. Whenever you have 2 parallel lines showcase that the angle between them must be equal to what? 0. The angle between 2 parallel lines is equal to 0. Altogether, so that is that for that. How will that calculate? So the angle between both of them is 0. So if you apply the formula, that number of images will be equal to 360 divided by theta minus 1. This will be equal to 360 divided by 0 minus 1. And note, in mathematics, whenever you have anything all over 0, 0 divided by a can be equal to 0. But a divided by 0, anything divided by 0 will be equal to infinity. Altogether, so I can have 360 divided by 0 as equal to what? Infinity. Infinity minus 1 will also give rise to infinity. Altogether, we like that. So if you take a look at the option, we have option A, we have 8, option B, we have 2, option C, we have 4, option D, we have 1, and option E, we have infinity. So the man is going to be seeing an infinite image of itself within the 2 mirrors. Altogether, I think I've been able to explain that in an easiest way. See, one of the major one, I think I explained it in my previous video. So I'll be taking a look at that today. Now let's continue. Let me now bring the question out for you under rotation of the plane mirror. Now, take a look at this. I like this question that they brought out for us under the what? When a plane mirror is being rotated at an angle, how do we find the angle of reflection of the plane mirror? Altogether, so the angle of reflection on the plane mirror, how do we find it? They said in the figure below, an incident ray XY makes an angle of 15 degrees with a fixed line AY. They gave us a diagram. This is the diagram given to us. An incident ray. This is the incident ray that is here. Now the incident ray is xy. The angle between this is 90 degree, while the angle between the incident is 15 degree. This is the angle between the incident ray, 15 degree. Now it said, okay, xy makes an angle of 15 degree with a fixed line ay. This is a fixed line. This is ay. This line is known as the normal. All together. Then I said, which is normal to the surface of a plane mirror. Full stop. If the mirror is turned as indicated by the arrow through 40 degree. Now, if the mirror is turned, this is how they indicate it. If the mirror is turned at an angle of 40 degree. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Now, don't forget that we said, according to the law of reflection, the incident ray is 15 degree must be equal to the reflected ray, which is 15 degree. Now, if the mirror is normally like this, it has a reflected ray. Sorry, if the angle of incidence is 15 degree, it must be equal to the angle of reflection. So if the angle of incidence is 15, the angle of reflection also was 15 degree initially. Now, when we now turn the mirror at an angle of 40 degree, then this angle of reflection is going to turn. And please don't forget something about the angle of reflection will turn away from the initial normal position. This is the normal position, then it's going to turn away from the initial normal position. Just like it is going like this, then this is not be the new angle. I can have here as my normal, then this will not be the new angle of reflection like this. So that this thing is going to work with this incident angle. All together on this, so the angle of incident and angle of reflection will be the same. So yeah, how do we now get it? First of all, if the mirror is soon at an angle of 40 degree, how do you get me? If you turn the mirror at an angle of 40 degree, that means the reflected angle, the new reflected angle will be equal to 2 times 40 degree, which is equal to 80 degree. Altogether, that is the new reflected angle. That means the reflected ray will be turned at an angle of 80 degree. Altogether, if the mirror is turned at an angle of 40 degree, the reflected will be turned at what? Twice the angle. Now, the initial angle of reflection will have 15 degree. So what will be the new angle of reflection? The new angle of reflection angle will be equal to the initial angle of reflection, which is 15 degree, plus what? 80 degree, which will give rise to 95 degree. So if you take a look at the option given to us here, we have option A 25 degree, option B 40 degree, option C 15 degree, option D 55 degree, and then E 95 degree. So the answer to that is angle 95 degree. I think that is quite explanatory. Now let's take a look at another question, question 3 of this. I think we are given, please, I'm sure that we are getting it right here. Question 3, we are given this. What about if you are given the mirror? You have already been what? Given the mirror. This is the mirror. Now, a diagram is not drawn to you, that the mirror is at an angle like this. Then we say, yeah, it's 30 degree, and then we have ray that is here. This is a question given to us. Okay, we have incidents, reflected. Now, let me show you something that is nice here. We have two mirrors here. We have mirror M1 and mirror M2. Now these are the two mirrors, two different mirrors. They said in the figure above, what is the angle of reflection of the ray of light at mirror M2? Let me try to analyze this for you in an easiest way. Now, according to the rule of reflection, if I have a plane mirror like this, a ray that is falling on that plane mirror directly is known as what? Incident ray. Now, it will fall at an angle to the what? Normal, which is the angle of incidence. Now, the ray is going to reflect out at an angle of reflection. All together. Now I have two mirrors there. This is one mirror, this is second mirror. And the first mirror, look at the arrow. You are going to use the arrow to indicate where the ray is coming from. The ray is coming from this direction. This is the incident ray. Now it's fall on the normal. The incident ray is 30 degree. Now when it's got here, the angle between the normal and this is the reflected ray. So the reflected ray here must also be equal to 30 degree. Why? Because according to the law of reflection, angle of incidence must be equal to angle of reflection. So both of them will be 30 degree. But how do we now do? You see, the reflected ray here, because this ray, this reflected ray, is now coming to the second mirror as an incident. Then I'm going to draw a normal here. It's coming here as an incident. That means this is his own, for this second mirror, this is his own reflected ray. Now we have to find the angle of reflection of the second mirror. Angle of reflection of the second mirror is the angle that is parallel to this line here. So that means if here is 30 degrees altogether, now if here is 30 degrees, they don't call us alternate angle. Alternate angles are equal. Or we can easily do like this, since angle from here to here is 90 degrees altogether. So I can get angle here as what? 90 minus 30 degrees. So I will calculate the angle in this place as what? 60 degrees. Now, then, if you now look at this here, angle here, which is 60 degrees, this is a vertical line. And this is also under what? Vertical line. Now, this is what we call alternate angle. Angle here is alternate angle here. So if here is 60 degrees, according to the rule of mathematics, Euclidean geometry, altogether, if I have two parallel lines, these are two parallel lines. Now this one is a transverse that is separating the two parallel lines altogether. So if I have a transverse between them, then angle between one parallel line and transverse and the other parallel line transverse are known as alternate angles. So alternate angles are equal. So if here is 60, here also the what? 60 degrees. And according to the law of reflection, angle of incidence, this is the angle of incidence, must be equal to the angle of reflection. So the angle of reflection on this mirror will be equal to 60 degrees. Now let me take one more example on this also to be able to understand this. So the answer to this is 60 degrees. This is my question 3. Now let me take question 4 also on this so that we can easily understood what is there. Now take a look at this question that is here. I think okay. I think this question is repeated twice. So the same question was repeated again in this year. But I'm not going to do it. I've already explained it, so I will not what touch it. It's already what explained. Now let's take a look at this question that is here. They said, I think this is theoretical. The plane mirrors in a kaleidoscope are usually placed at what? Now let me give you something. One of the major applications of rotation plane mirrors altogether, one of the major applications of what? Multiple images formed by plane mirrors, if they are placed at an angle to each other. Altogether, it is applicable in various fields. It is applicable what? In various fields. Number one, it is applicable altogether. Number one, it is applicable in what? In a kaleidoscope. A kaleidoscope is an instrument that is used by children. Are you getting me? To form multiple, to showcase multiple images. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Now it has each of the mirrors that are found in a kaleidoscope are placed at an angle of 60 degrees to each other. Now each of the mirrors in what? In the kaleidoscope, they are placed at an angle of what? 60 degrees to each other. So one of the major applications is in what? In kaleidoscope. Altogether, please just take your pen and jot it down. Number two, where these multiple mirrors that are placed at an angle to each other has an application. It also has an application in a periscope. We have one kaleidoscope, second one is in a periscope. A periscope is an instrument that is used to view an hidden objects. For example, now I'm standing like I want to view something that is under here, then I can easily view it using what? A periscope altogether. So it is an instrument that is used to what? To view a periscope and to view an hidden object. Now in a periscope, each of the two mirrors, it contains two mirrors. Now the two mirrors that are found in a periscope are placed at an angle of 45 degrees to each other. They are placed at an angle of what? 45 degrees to each other. Altogether like that. Now, I want this thing whereby, okay, this mirror, rotation of a mirror, rotation of the mirror at an angle, also found an application in one important aspect of physics. Altogether. Now, where can we find the application of this? It found its own application in sextants. It is application of rotation of the plane mirror altogether. Now, a sextant is an instrument that is used to view the angle of elevation of the sun. An instrument that is used to view the angle of elevation of the sun is the what? Is the sextant. So it's one of the major applications of rotation of the plane mirror. Altogether, why these two are application? Kaleidoscope and periscope are both application of what? Multiple images. Altogether, when plane mirrors are played at an angle to each other to form multiple images. Altogether. Now, when I find a question on this, that makes question 4. It said the plane mirrors in the kaleidoscope are usually placed A at an angle of 60 degrees, B parallel to one another, C perpendicular to one another. The answer to that is that what? A plane mirror that are found in the kaleidoscope are placed at an angle of 60 degrees to each other. I think that is that for that. Now, another question that we have here, they said a boy looked at the image of an object in a plane mirror. He observed 2 images, the main bright one and the other faint. Please take note of this. This is application of what? Multiple images. Altogether. Now, he observed 2 images. One of them is a bright one. One of them is what? Is a faint one. Now, which of them is bright? Which of them is faint? Normally, the image that is coming directly from what? The first mirror. If we have 2 mirrors that are placed at an angle to each other, not all the images will be bright. Some of them will be bright, while some of them will be faint images. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Now, they said a boy looked at the image of an object in a plane mirror. He observed 2 images, a main bright one and the other faint. The observed images result from what? Now, what causes this? Because a plane mirror can only undergo what property? Reflection. A plane mirror can never, the rays of light that is falling on the plane mirror can never be refracted. It can never be refracted. It can only be what? Reflected. So this phenomenon is caused by what? Only reflection. Please take note. Only reflection. That's why the boy is seeing a faint image and a bright one. So the phenomenon is caused by what? Only reflection. Option A, we have reflection only. B, refraction only. C, diffraction and interference. D, reflection and infraction. There is nothing like infraction among the properties of light wave. That is all for that. Now, another one that I saw here, or that I've explained, they said, because sometimes Jamb also give you question on, they give questions on formulas. Like this here, they say when a plane mirror at which a ray is incident is rotated through an angle Q, the reflected ray will be rotated through what? That is quite easy. When you rotate a plane mirror through an angle Q, the reflected ray will also be rotated through an angle what? 2Q. That is for rotation of the plane mirror. So the reflected ray will be rotated through an angle what? 2Q. Now, I think that is that for that. Now, let me now take the remaining 2 questions that is here for today. This question said, an object placed in front of 2 plane mirrors inclined at an angle theta. Altogether, if the total number of images formed is 7, find the value of theta. Now, this is also quite easy. Like I said, an object placed between 2 plane mirrors inclined at an angle theta. The angle of inclination is equal to theta. We don't know. Are you getting me? Now they said, if the number of images formed is 7, the number of images formed n is equal to 7. We have to calculate. We said, find the value of theta. How do we find the value of theta? Now don't forget that number of images is equal to 360 over theta minus 1. Now, we need to find this angle of theta. How do we do that? Just go straight that 360 divided by theta equals n plus 1. I'm going to bring this n 1 here. So I'm having 360 over theta equals n plus 1 is 7 plus 1, which is equals to 8. Now, I'm having 360 over theta equals to 8. Now, I can say theta is equals to 360 all over 8, and theta should be equals to 360 divided by 8 should be 1832 will give rise to 3, and 8 in, I think 8 can go in 32 to give rise to 4, and I'll be left with 40. That is okay, sorry, 36. I have 4, mean 4, that is 45. 45 degrees. So 8 in 360 is going to give rise to what? 45 degrees. So the angle that must be placed for you to have what? 7 images must be equal to what? Angle 45 degrees. So option A we have 30 degrees, option B we have 45 degrees, option C we have 51 degrees, and D 90 degrees. So for you to get 7 images, then the angle must be equal to 45 degrees. Now the last question, which I really love so much, I purposely picked this question because of how tough it is. Now the question I'm going to be giving you, and don't forget that I'll surely drop a question for you that you're going to take home for me, then answer yourself. If you are capable of answering the question, drop an answer for me in the comment box section below. Now let's take a look at what is there. They said a ray of, okay, let me digress a little bit. They said a ray of light makes an angle of 35 degrees with a plane mirror. What is the angle of reflection? A ray of light makes an angle of 35 degrees with a plane mirror. What is the angle of reflection? Okay, I love this. It said a ray of light makes an angle of 35 degrees. Theta is equal to 35 degrees with a plane mirror. The problem that we don't understand that you are going to draw a plane mirror. This is the normal. Now, they didn't say make an angle of 35 degrees with the normal, but it makes an angle of 35 degrees with what? A plane mirror. This angle is known as angle of glance. In my previous video, I explained what we call what? Angle of glance, not angle of incidence. So the angle of incidence itself we don't know. So, and many students are so foolish to the extent that what? In the option, there is option A, we have that, you know the question said, what is the angle of reflection? Now, in option, we have option A, 55 degrees, option B, 35 degrees, option C, 70 degrees. Fine, we believe that what angle of reflection is equal to angle of incidence. But because they said it makes an angle of 35 degrees with a plane mirror, not with the normal, but with a plane mirror. This is angle of glance. That means to get the angle of incidence, I need angle of incidence and I need angle of what? Reflection. So how do we get the angle of incidence? Just take note of this, that the angle between here and here is 90 degrees. So simply this angle of incidence plus 35 degrees will give rise to 180 degrees. No, sorry, will give rise to 90 degrees. That's going to give you 90 degrees. Now, how do we now calculate this? Now, from here, I can be equal to 90 minus 35. Now, 90 minus 35 will give rise to I equals 55 degrees. Only confusion. Now, if my I is equal to 55 degrees, then my I will be equal to what? 55 degrees. Why? Because the angle of incidence is equal to what? Angle of reflection. Now, if you now take a look at the option, we have option A as 55 degrees, option B as 35 degrees. So many students is going to pick this 35 degrees. Why? Because of what? Because of the law that they understand that what angle of incidence is equal to what? Angle of reflection. But meanwhile, the angle given to us by Jamb is only angle of glance, not angle of incidence. I hope you get me like that. That is not for that. Now let me give you this as a take home for me that you can easily solve for me. Yeah. Now, I have a question. The question said, an engineer intends to deviate a light ray from its path 120 degrees through the reflection from plane mirror. Calculate the angle of incidence. Option A, we have 20 degrees. Option B, let me write it out for you so we can watch. It said, an engineer intends to deviate, intend to deviate, sorry, I'm going to be seeing it on the screen, you just want to write it out. An engineer intends to deviate a light ray, an engineer intends to deviate a light ray from its path 120 degrees through reflection from its path 120 degrees through reflection. Okay, from the plane mirror. mirror, from the plane mirror. Now I say calculate the angle of incidence. First off, calculate the angle of incidence. Calculate the angle of incidence. If you know the answer to this, just drop it. Let me go with option A, 20 degree, option B, 40 degree, option B is 40 degree, sorry, option B, 30 degree, okay, 40 degree, option C, 30 degree, and option D, we have 60 degrees. Now, if you understand this and you know how to solve this, just drop an answer for me in the comment box section. I'm going to do the correction to the question by myself. All together, thank you for watching today's video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also share the video with your friends. Meet you in the next episode. Thank you so much.